Super exciting time here. Hopefully I can get all this together and make it work as far as the competition goes, because it's probably going to be kind of chaotic here. All right, so I'm going to start. Here's what I've got going on here, because there's really not a way of doing this because you're making guesses, right? So I couldn't do like a comment on a video or something like that, because that just wouldn't work. So I'm going to have to do it this way so that we will be able to figure this out, and hopefully somebody can win 1,000 or possibly 2,000 Raven. I think that that's super cool. What's up, Crypto Pope? What's up, everybody that's showing up here? Yeah, super exciting for Ravencoin for sure. The whole community, you know, this is really neat. Let's see here. So start submitting. So until 2 o'clock, we're going to be submitting your guesses. It won't be 110 mega hash. Come on, man. We're going to be submitting your guesses, or submit your guesses until 2 p.m. Eastern time, my time. So that's 25 minutes from here. And we will go from there. So the current hash rate looks like this. It's 31.5 right now. Do a refresh just to make sure. So 31.53 is the current hash rate. I'm going to bring up, I might be able to bring up, because I think Red Panda's live too. Or is he going live in a little bit? Let's see. Let's go check it out. Oh, 15 minutes. Okay, cool. And for once, I think that my thumbnail is better than Red Panda Mining's. One time in my life. This is an awesome thumbnail, I think. I don't know. I think it's super cool. All right, so Crypto Pope, if you look right here too, if you blow up the thumbnail, you can see like the little gravestone headstone over here has ASICs on it, and then on this little guy, this little warrior's strap here, it's X16 RV2, and the Raven's coming to get him, you know. So I thought that that was really cool. All right, so let's get into the spreadsheet here. All right, let me make sure I don't miss anybody here. So Dan the Dane says 10.1. And you might have to spam the chat a little bit, you know, to make sure that you get in here, just so that we get everybody. Okay, so, all right. Yeah, this is gonna be really challenging for me here. Okay, so we go. Wow, that's really low there. All right, we'll go with that. And you're not gonna be allowed to change it once you submit it. That's it, because at least the one that I grabbed, because I can't just keep changing everybody's answers, right? All right, so Crypto Jason. So I'm just going down from where I started here. I'm gonna try to get everybody. It's gonna be difficult, but we'll see. And then the way that this will work is we won't know we won't decide what the value is until 15 minutes after the fork, right? So give it a little bit of a chance to level out and everything. So at 2:15 my time, that's whenever we will pick the winner, or see what the hash rate is at that moment, and then we'll go from there. So the way it'll work also is I'm going to, if you get within, I know it's a large margin, but if you get within 1 terahash of the actual value at 2:15, 15 minutes after the fork, then you'll win an extra 1,000 Raven from me. So potentially you could win 2,000 Raven, right? So that's pretty solid. Wow, Red Panda's going super low. Please don't use duplicate accounts and all that nonsense. You guys are going to ruin the giveaways by doing that. One entry, please. One entry only. Don't spin up virtual machines and log on as a bunch of different users and all that nonsense. Don't do that. Actually, I shouldn't be putting, let me not put this on there. I'll remove those because we need to, actually, let me see if I can sort. All right, I'll figure that out in a little bit. Yeah, my thumbnail is never as good as yours, Red Panda. But this one, I think I got you. Where are we at here? So Deadwood, I got you down for 9.7. Hey, what's up, Wes? Got Not Your Normal Miner in here for 9 terahash. Okay. Probably a really solid guess right there. Coming from a guy that's done so much testing that it's insane. Hopefully I don't duplicate. If I duplicate, let me know. Don't spam until you see that I really literally haven't documented yours, okay? Dirty Hands, great name. All right, so we do have to decide what we'll do if there's duplicate winners, right? So like these, let's pick something at least one up or one down from each other here on Dirty Hands and Crypto Mining Lifer, if y'all are doing the same exact number here. We just have to split it, I guess, if you both won. So. Chris from New Mexico, what's up, man? All right, Chancoin, where are you at? What was your number? I'll try to. I'll put you on here just to make sure I don't miss you. This is gonna quickly get out of control, guys. Bear with me. I'm trying here. Yeah, 15 Yes, Dan the Dane. 15 would mean 15.0, yep. Some pretty low guesses here. Broke Miner is going with a 4.7. So in case you're just popping in here and you don't know what we're doing, we are doing a 1,000 Raven giveaway from Dan the Dane, one of my mods, awesome dude. And if you get within 1,000, or I'm sorry, 1 terahash on your guess, then I'll donate an additional 1,000 Raven. So it was a pretty cool giveaway. It was a good idea, but this part of it is not good. We needed to come up with a different way of submitting, you know, people's guesses and stuff. And I might duplicate, so let me know if I duplicate or not. All right, here in a moment, I'm going to switch over. Well, actually, I got to keep doing this until we get everybody in here, I think. It's only fair. What's up, Edward? Kind of keep an eye on me, make sure I'm not duplicating, because I think some of y'all are posting more than once. Current hash rate is not going to change much, you know, between now and then, I don't think. 31.3. It has gone down a little bit. There's some miners probably already turning their stuff off, so Chancoin is 9.2. I forgot what I guessed. What did I guess? 7.46, that's what I guess. Nefarious, can you kind of help people out with our Dan the Dane too, with what we're doing in the competition as far as what I'm documenting here? Seems some folks are not getting it. I've explained it a couple times though. So it's kind of hard to do this and explain it at the same time. 12.7. All right, Sing Cricket Wonders, you changed yours from 18 to 15.2. I gotta take that first one. Can't keep changing it, man. It's not gonna work like that. One submission, that's it. What's up, Michael Sask? Haven't seen you in a while. Thanks for tuning in. Wow, what is going on? How many people are in here? 37, 8.5 to the hash. You know what? I'm going to have to close this probably 5 minutes early so that we can kind of get things situated for the actual event, right? Because it happens at 2 o'clock, so my time. So we'll have to close this at 1:55. And then we'll see what the hash rate is at 12:15, or I'm sorry, 2:15, and that's how we'll determine the winner. I'll probably have to modify this sheet a little bit here. Nasser, didn't you already submit? No. It'll be 15 minutes after the fork is whenever we're going to actually see what the hash rate is, and I'm going to be using 2Miners hash rate, Ravencoin hash rate website to determine what the hash rate is, because you know everyone's going to be a little bit different depending on how they collect the data. So we have to choose one that we're going to use, and that's going to be 2Miners. So it looks like this, 32.62 right now. Spectrum, I got you here. All right. I don't know, more people coming in here, so this is getting crazy. But I'll definitely need to stop 5 minutes ahead of time just so that we can get organized and stuff. You got about 4 more minutes. Okay, now from what I'm seeing here, this is everybody that has submitted. Okay, so I'm going to, I know it's going to be kind of small, but what I'm going to do is decrease the font size until we can see everybody that has submitted so far here. Pretty close. We'll go with 11 here. No. No. Gotta go all the way down to 10. Okay, so 10, you should be able to see everybody that's on there. And I believe, okay, all right, I see a couple people I missed here. $11.7 for Olan. Spectrum, I got you on here. 9.8. So 11.7 for Olan. You'll have to be, Tristan, you'll have to be in the chat here, and we're just gonna probably gonna have to go and take off all the terahash per seconds here so that we can sort this column correctly, but I don't know how. Let's see here. Let me lock this top one, see if I can figure this out real quick. Okay. Yeah, see, it's not gonna let me. Hey, thanks for subscribing there, Johnny. Thanks a lot. I'm gonna probably have to go through here and take off the terahash so that we can sort it properly. But it doesn't really matter. I mean, we can kind of figure it out just looking at it. All right, Johnny, I'll get you on there. Got about 1 minute left here. We'll also have to figure out if there's any duplicates and stuff too. So this is a chance to win up to 2,000 Raven, which is a pretty solid giveaway.
All right.
Thanks Z-Bert for the subscription there.
Hey, I just read an unbelievable article in the Epic Times. Take a look.
Let me let that ad pass there. I'll get the last couple in here in a minute. I was going to fire up Red Panda's stream here.
We are being censored.
Come on. It's not going to let me pass that ad. He was 4.4. All right, last couple ones here, guys. I got Phantom Spaceman at 10. James at 11 terahash the second. Okay. Point. All right, I'm gonna have to stop, guys. This is getting out of control here. I mean, I can always go back through the chat too. Okay. I can't control that window there on Red Panda's stream. That sucks. I don't know how to get past it. Just gonna try to bring his up. Let's see, Robert Shoot is 8.4. Z-Bert 13.6. Z-Bert's the last one here. The site the hash rate's being based on is going to be 2 miners. 31. Yeah, I do. It's just the way that I'm bringing it into Streamlabs OBS. I don't know how to pass it. I could just. All right, so we're 2 minutes out. So let me. Here's what I'll do with this. I'll just bring up Red Panda's site here. See what he's over here doing. Looks like he's trying to switch over some stuff to KawPow.
I think I'm going to
Go faster, Red Panda, go faster.
Alright, we don't have enough time. One more minute. I believe we have enough time. 1 minute. 1 second. 2, 3,
All right, so 1 minute. I'm going to bring up, let's do this. So we're showing 31.53 here, total network hash rate with 77% unknown. So what you could do, you can multiply this out and probably get a pretty good estimate of what the hash rate's going to be afterwards, right? So that would be a pretty good little test. Also got to look at the difficulty. The difficulty's at 451. Yeah, the submissions are done for sure. So the difficulty's at 451, hash rate 31.41. Okay, so they broke, currently offline, so at least for a second there, okay. So we are at 2 o'clock. So after the first block, which should be 201, then it should be, you should be able to see a difference in hash rate. I'm expecting that second block. Of the first block after the fork. Hey, what's up, Bitsby Trippin'? Thanks for tuning in, man. Red Panda's got like 210 over on his channel watching. Pretty cool. Okay, so we're waiting on the next block, it looks like. One more block here. So it'll be 736 will be the first KawPow block. Okay, so the difficulty did drop 256. It looks like that's probably the programmed in, and remember it was 451, right? So the difficulty is way down. The difficulty is down 50%, almost 50%. Now this is laggy, right? So how they collect the data on this is not immediate. I'm surprised that this one changed. Maybe just the way that they get the data is a little bit more expedient. So all this stuff, that's why we kind of said, you know, we're gonna wait 15 minutes before we actually see what the hash rate is actually at that point. So about 15 minutes should be good. All right, so this block right here, 1219736, is most likely the first KawPow block right here. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna see some lag here, guys. It's not gonna be like immediate. I wish that Raven, I don't know of a Raven, look at that, it jumped back up to 31.58. So the network statistics, and there used to be a Raven, I think it was called Ravencoin info. There's a lot of really good sites that have gone offline, right? Over the past couple of years, some really good statistics sites and things like that. And it's just unfortunate because it would be really cool to have something more precise, you know, and not rely on a third party like that. Man, that beeping scared the crap out of me. I guess it was the timer running out. Good grief. That was super loud. Alright, so what we need to do here is probably head over to... This is still testnet here. Yeah, so you can see right here, difficulty went way down. Actually, that's way more than 50%. That's way low difficulty there. Holy crap. All right. Yeah, I put ZBERT down for 13.6 already. Yeah, I mean, if they want to have the same, so he wants to change it to 13.7. Okay, that's fine. I can do that. Now I can't not put Bitsby tripping on here. But we did close out the competition there, Carter. We had to stop it like 5 minutes before the fork actually happened so that we could kind of get organized a little bit. But your guess is noted. It'll be bragging rights. See, I chose, I guess, where's mine at? Oh, I chose 7.46 terahash. He's at 6.25. Pretty close. So this is the block that went to KawPow, I think. Hey, Carter, is there a way, is there a better site for me to go to check to see what algorithm was used? Oh my gosh, what in the world? Saying 350 gig hash. Okay. To see what algorithm was used to mine it, I mean, it would be like a blockchain explorer kind of thing, I guess, right? So I don't know of a good source for that. I was kind of poking around before the stream and couldn't really find anything great. Yeah, it's a huge average. We experienced that last time, Carter, whenever we did the X16R V2 fork. It was like 32 minutes before. Well, first off, the first block after the fork it took about 32 minutes. But even after that, like all the sites, it was really weird. You know, it took a really long time for things to look right. Red's already at 221 Raven. That's awesome. I've only got one rig at it, so actually two, but one of them's acting up. All right, so we're at 211. Got about 4 minutes here. Before we'll decide. So actually, given what Carter was saying, we probably should wait. Probably should wait like an hour to allow everything to settle down. I mean, we did say it was going to be at 15 minutes, but I don't think that there's probably not going to be. I don't know what this thing is doing right now, but I mean, this can't be. Yeah, that can't be right. So I'm guessing things are kind of just nuts right now. So probably should wait. Yeah, I didn't consider that aspect of it. I wish there was a better source. Like this one, I think doesn't work anymore. Yeah, ravenstats.info. Yeah, I think 15 minutes just isn't long enough for things to settle down and get right. Check what to mine to. Difficulty on what to mine hasn't gone down much. Looks like they're off into a testing type of environment here. So yeah, it's going to be a bit. Looks like. Yeah, like the difficulty on the chain looks like it's twice this. Or no, wait, actually, this is pretty accurate. Okay, right now that's pretty accurate for the difficulty. Oh wow, he's at 420 Raven already. Wow. The lowest hash rate guess. Let me go and fix up this. We kind of decided to give it a little bit more time because 15 minutes just isn't long enough. So I think 1.8 was the lowest. So according to Bitsby Trippin', it's going to take about an hour before most of the websites like this, you know, are going to be reporting the correct data. So I think what we'll do, let's set a time. Okay, so let's set another time. So we'll just say at 3 p.m. my time. So another 45 minutes, and that's whenever we will determine it. Because right now, I mean, 500 gig, that's really low. Yeah, so we'll do it that way. That way, it's a little bit more fair because it's I don't know. I don't think it's fair to do it right now because things are. Although, I mean, if you calculated that aspect into it, I guess it would be fair. But I don't know. Maybe we should vote. Find out what we should do here. Right on, Bitsby Trippin'. Thanks for that info. This should make all GPU miners smile pretty, you know, ear to ear right here. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy if it's below 1 terahash, man. That is nuts. this is creeping up a little bit, so yeah, it's doing the average like Carter was saying. So over time, this is probably going to increase to, like he's saying, probably 1 terahash. Sorry, I had to step out for a second. I'm back. Michael's asked, no, not really. I mean, I'll just have to find your, you'll have to send me the winner will have to send me their Raven address and stuff so that we can send it, We'll announce it probably. I'll announce it on Twitter and stuff like that too. Yeah, so you see how this is creeping up a little bit here. So I'd like to wait until 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 38 minutes. And that'll give a full hour. See how many, are the blocks pretty steady right now? Or is one every minute? Looks like pretty close. So that'll get a lot of blocks in there and a good average. So I think that'll work out pretty well. Best AMD miner for KawPow. I was using MB miner, but that's just me. I'm mining on hash rate. I don't know how. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of errors and stuff though, so I haven't really had a chance to really play around with it. It seems like, I don't know if it's my rig. I don't know if anyone is able to mine using like MB miner on hash rate. I don't know. I don't know what the problem is here. I just haven't troubleshot it that much. So for the winner, we will go with at 3 p.m. We'll find out whoever's closest here. Right now, it's looking like Ishar Shima is by far the closest. So that's going to be neat. If it is that low, that is insane. That is a huge drop. It's so hot in here. I had to open the door. So the good news is, though, I mean, it's not like anything got hung up or any real significant problems. It looks like it was really smooth. So that is a big plus to the Ravencoin devs. Thanks for that. We didn't have any problems that we can see so far. We can see that this has switched over to KawPow. And check this out. So remember, before we did this, before this fork, there was 78%, something like that. 78% of the network was unknown, which meant, you know, ASICs, FPGAs, and all that stuff, mining to undocumented pools, right? This is insane that it is this low. But all of the hash rate is accounted for, which is the goal, one of the goals behind KawPow to begin with, right? You want to know where all the hash power is and who's on the network, right? So this is awesome. This is really awesome. And what is a woollypoolly.com? I don't even know that pool, but they have the most hash rate. I am not familiar with this pool at all. Oh man, that's crazy that Red's got 500 already. That's nuts. Did he put like every rig on it, or what did he do? I'm showing his, he's showing mine. That's funny. So what's the difficulty at now? So this is accurate. The difficulty here is accurate as far as what the blockchain is reporting, so that's good. This is going to creep up over time. Wow. You folks that guessed under a terahash or around 1 terahash are geniuses. Here I am saying way up there. I was at 7 point something. 7.46. Wow. Yeah, because I don't see it going up that much in half an hour, but we'll see. Yeah, but he's got 3 rigs on it, but he's got, doesn't he have like Vegas and stuff like that? He's got, I wonder how much total hash rate he's got on it. So I've got 80 right now. I've got 85 plus. Yeah, so I'm at 24, about 250, 255, something like that. Broke miner. So it sounds like if it's pulling that much power, that you definitely need to adjust your overclock settings. So what kind of hardware you got? What are you working with? And we can see if we can help you out. I mean, it does, KawPow does take more power though, for sure. You can see my breaker keeps tripping because of that, because of the power. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna have to adjust my power a little bit here real quick. Gotta run an extension cord into the garage right fast. Give me just a second. Just reorganizing stuff. Alright, I should be good now on power. Just had to reboot a couple of things and organize some stuff. It is 90.5 degrees in my office here. Super warm. Yeah, 580 deadwood should be about, yeah, I mean 10 is, it varies every block, but 10's probably an average, yeah. So the difficulty is creeping up here a little bit. Wow, crazy low hash rate. Was not expecting that at all. That is a, that's significant right there. Okay, so now the difficulty's dropped on what to mine also. So now if we go over here to, we'll look at this, do a calculate here. We should see, I'm thinking we're gonna see Raven. I don't know how they adjust this stuff though, so it's still way down here. Or you know what? You know what they've done? It's not even on here at all. So it's probably not on here because it's in a testing status, right? So if we go back over here to coins, and you saw that status as testing right here. So they're probably just waiting, just like us. They're just waiting on everything to settle down, hash rate and difficulty and all that stuff to get averaged out. And pretty sure that that's what's going on here. So they're reporting 276 gigahash. Wow, that is low. Yeah, so there's no way at this, with this information here, with that net hash and the current difficulty that they're showing here, this would be like, Ravencoin would be slammed all the way to the top of what to mine, right? If, you know, for profitability, especially on the NVIDIA side, if that were the case. So that's why they put it into testing, because it would be way up here, you know. Not that that's a bad thing, I'm just saying they don't want to mislead, you know. So they're waiting on things to settle down. I get it. I totally get it. Okay, so this must be, what language is that? Is that Russian? Oh, this looks like a pretty good source. It's telling you which miner to use and what cards. That's good. It's always nice to see that, like, everything all summarized in one spot so you can kind of figure out what you need to do. Yeah, so you were asking about what, 570s, I think, right? Yeah, 570s and 580s. Broke miner, you were asking about that. So right here, you got a pretty good little list. What I'll do is, let me post this over there in the chat so that you guys can have it too. So 570s are 10, 580s are about 13, but this has got to be an average though, because the way that it works. So it changes all the time, fluctuates. What block are we at here? Let's do a little bit of comparison here. One two one 9762. Yeah, so the DAG size is about 2.4 right now, which is, I think that's what they were saying it was going to be, about 2.4. So you can't mine with a 2 gig card anymore, right? But you can with a 3, at least for quite a while longer. Trying to get this one rig back up after my power debacle. Oh yeah, I forgot to post the link, didn't I? Golly, 689? Killing it over there. Chris from New Mexico, no, you didn't win yet. We decided to change the time until 3 p.m. so that it gives it time to settle out, because it really wasn't, I don't know if it would be fair to do it so early. There wasn't enough time for all the websites to adjust, right? So we've got a situation where things are in flux right now, and we don't know what not that it's going to, I mean, we gave a time frame, but I figured that it would be a little bit more fair if we waited a little bit longer for things to level out. It still looks like it's not going to even reach, it might be about 1 terahash. So, you know, it's probably not going to go from 1 terahash up to anything close to any of these other choices, right? So all these choices, even, I mean, Broke Miner gave a 4.7 terahash, and I thought that was really low. But then Izhar Shima came in here and threw up a 1.8, which that's probably going to be, most likely that's going to be the winner, I would assume. So Izhar Shima, go ahead and get your Ravencoin address ready for sure. Most likely anyway. Unless something really drastic changes between now and then. But no doubt at 3 p.m. that's going to be it. That's going to be the cutoff. Whatever the hash rate is at that point on 2 miners, that is what we are going to accept as the winner. It is creeping up a little bit, but again, it's not going to double in 15 minutes, I don't think so. Yeah, that was definitely a hell of a guess. How did you come to that number? Because you see everybody else was kind of up there. I mean, look, compare this to X16RV2. That fork, I think it only dropped, what did it drop down to? Like 6 terahash or something like that, I believe. So, wow, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Yeah, it is hard. There was probably not very many at all. That's true. But if you look at the history, you know, back here it was definitely GPUs, even through here. Actually, through here you're probably right. Yeah, I can see how you would guess it like that, because right around in here was probably some FPGAs. Definitely around in here, and then the X16R V2 fork, boom. So it went from 20 down to 6.73. And this guess here, I think I was pretty right on with this one whenever we did that show. Wow, that's insane. That's insane. From 32.6. Yeah, that's a 98% drop? Am I saying that right? Almost 98%? Something like that? That's unheard of. Unheard of. Yeah, like these rigs here are RX 580 rigs, and they are definitely not fine-tuned, because there's they're pulling like a lot of power here. and running hot. So I'm going to probably have to see here. Yeah, I don't even know what I can change there to make that better. I mean, I know that the ambient temperature of this room is really hot, so and this one too, actually both of them, because they're garages. So let me see if I can get that down a little bit. Yeah, I might end up having to turn these off. It's just too hot ambient temperature in those rooms. Okay, so this looks like Crypto Pope messaged me this. Looks like might be a little bit more accurate. Maybe faster averages and stuff, so let's see here. The difficulty is saying is 33. The 1.46 is what it's saying the hash rate is. Okay, and it actually went down after a refresh, so we might have leveled off right at 1.4. Thanks for that, Crypto Pope. I appreciate it. Nefarious, yes, I'm running Raven Core wallet, yep. Yeah, exactly, Nefarious. This shows how much they were making. Oh, and speaking of that, check this out. I don't think I showed y'all this earlier. What am I looking for here? Give me just a second. Let me find. This is absolutely insane. So I think this was yesterday. Yesterday, someone dumped 37 million Raven to Binance. $780,000 worth of Raven. And normally, you know, this Raven Wells bot or account here, they'll post, and you know, it was really typical to see 3 million or 6 million almost every day, because I think there's 7.7 million Raven mined every day. So you would see 3 to 5, you know, 6 million a day from these large mining pools that are, you know, FPGA or ASIC, and they were just dumping on the market constantly. And this is why I believe that we should see a value increase in Raven. This is not financial advice, of course. I'm just thinking that it probably will, because of this downward pressure that it was receiving all the time from all these miners, just constantly dumping to pay their expenses and to make whatever money they can, you know, for profit. You know, hopefully it'll work to the advantage of Raven value. You know, don't know right off, you know, whether or not it's going to be soon or later or what, but you can only imagine that if someone's dumping 37 million Raven on the market, hopefully once this is over, once this is bought up, you know, we aren't going to see the Raven Wells. Hopefully this Twitter account hopefully will have to adjust their parameters so that a whale would be considered someone with, say, 50,000 Raven or 100,000 Raven or something like that, because otherwise hopefully this thing will be dormant and there won't be much action going on. But ever since the ASICs and FPGAs came on, you've seen millions of Raven. You know, this thing has caught millions of Raven just dumping on the market all the time. So hopefully that is a fix. Jojo, it depends on the pool, like what your pool is set to, and I would imagine that most of the pools are probably locking up your mined coins just for a moment and not doing payouts. They're probably stopping payouts for a while until things settle down, because you don't want to be, right now is a suspicious, that's the wrong word. Right now is a risky time to be transferring Raven on the Ravencoin network because of the fork. All right, so a lot of the pools are not going to be doing payouts for a while. So just because, you know, you haven't gotten it into your wallet, I would not worry about that at the moment. All right, I would wait and just let it rock. Okay, I wouldn't worry about it at the moment. So I just did a refresh. It still says 1.4188 on the network hash rate here. Got about 6 more minutes, and then we will dub Izhar Shima, I hope I'm saying that right, as the winner, because they went with a super low ball terahash after the fork of 1.8, and it looks like they might actually be within 0.4 once this is all said and done, which is a humongous. That's awesome to be that close. That is really incredible. Congratulations there, Izhar. That's really cool. Yeah, I don't know what methodology you use there to pick that low, but that's a really good solid choice there. And I mean, you can see it in what everybody else was choosing, right? I mean, no one even went below 2 except for you. So yeah, that's awesome. So far this hasn't changed much. Last couple of times I refreshed it. So let's see what, yeah, see we're getting closer though. See, this is closer to what MinerStat. So MinerStat probably has a much lower threshold for data collection. So that's probably why they are showing a little bit higher, right? Because they're collecting the data a little bit faster. So I would imagine that 2 miners is going to creep up there as well, and that they're going to, you know, level out probably in the next few hours. I would imagine. Yeah, I can't believe it's that low. That is an insane amount. Looks like Red Panda's talking about the next big event that we're going to have is the build off, the 6 GPU Veta frame build off. That's going to happen on the 9th, that's Saturday, at 2 p.m. Eastern. It says 2 p.m. Eastern here. I thought it was 12 Eastern, but we'll figure all that stuff out. He's probably right. I'm probably wrong. But yeah, we'll figure that out, and that's going to be sometime on Saturday. So be sure to check that out. Crypto Mikkel is going to be hosting it on Zoom, I think is the way it's going to work. And we're all going to be trying to see who can build a Veta frame the fastest, a 6 GPU Veta frame. So no telling who's going to win that. The donations are in there. We're going to put up, you know, like. We'll be donating the donations to a charity. Whoever wins will get to choose the charity, that kind of thing. So it'll be kind of neat. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. You know, the whole challenge came about because in the instructions on the Veta frames, it says that you should be able to build it in something like under 17 minutes or 14 minutes or something like that, and it's like basically something that you laugh at because most people take an hour, you know, to build it. So we just came up with this challenge to see what we could come up with, you know, see who's the fastest that can build them. So I think that's going to be kind of neat. And Red Panda's over here talking about it also. I don't know. I think the donations are going to DCA Adventure, I believe, for the distribution. I got the one rig temperature down pretty good. The Dagobah's still running hot over there. Let me go. I'm gonna go throw a fan on Dagobah real quick. Be right back. I didn't do a whole lot of testing on the AMD side, you know, with KawPow. I did some, but I never got them really optimized to where, because of the ambient temperature in the rooms, it was kind of crazy. You can see the problem I'm going to have here with the temperature just being too much. So I'm going to have to figure something out if I'm going to stay on KawPow on AMD rigs anyway. Ravencoin is not on the list on what to mine right now because it is currently in a testing state because they don't want to have incorrect data on here, and because of the fork, actually now they've changed it. This is good. This is good because earlier it was active in testing or something like that, or not active in testing. So it is active but not listed now. So it's not going to be listed. I would give them an hour or two before they will have it listed on here, because they have to let things kind of settle down because of the transfer. You know, no one should be sending or receiving Raven right now. It's just too a little bit risky. Although I mean, people are, because obviously there's blocks being mined. But I mean, I don't know about actual transactions, but yeah, see how low the transactions are right now on each block. So that's good. Whenever you see that, you shouldn't see like hundreds and hundreds like down here. Before the fork, you can see the difference. There were lots and lots of transactions, and everybody knows after the fork right here to not do a lot of transactions. So you see a lot of 1s and 2s and 3s in here, so that's good. But yeah, so yeah, my train of thought derailed again. What was I saying? I'm awful. Oh, the reason that what's mine doesn't have it on there. So that's why I would just give them a little bit of time. You know, it'll eventually show up, and my guess is that it will be at the top of what to mine for NVIDIA at a minimum. So if you want to find out if it should be listed, right, like if it's ready to be on this list right here, then just go over here to coins and actually search for Raven, right? So do Raven like this, and then you'll see this status right here. So if it's listed, or if it will show up in the list, it'll just say active, right? So let's do a different one. Let's do one that we know is active. We'll go to BTC. So if it looks like this, then you know it's good, right? And it should be showing up in your profitability calculator, right? Whenever you go to the main page of what to mine. So all these sites were aware of the fork, and they're just preparing the right way. You wouldn't want this to show up as some crazy profitability like, you know, $1,000 a day or something like that, because it can be a little bit misleading, and you wouldn't want to do that to people. All right, so Nemore, a 1060 should be, what is it, 1063? I don't know what these are. We kind of figured out that this is like a Russian site, I guess. What was this for? The Wooly Pooly. So you should be getting probably 9.5 to 10.5, I guess, there. Nemore. But again, it does fluctuate a little bit. All right, so we are at 305, so we are definitely after the time frame for the competition. So let's go over here. We'll go to miner stats, see where this is at. Seems to be the most accurate. Wow. Okay, so this, I don't know what we can do. This is amazing. This is actually amazing. So right now it's 1.78, and one of the viewers guessed 1.8 terahash after the fork. That is insane. That is insane. So there's no doubt that that person won, which is hard. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Shima, Izhar Shima. I mean, you couldn't, other than just nailing it right on, you really couldn't get any closer, right? I mean, 1.78, if you round that up, that's crazy. What an incredibly good guess. Golly. That is, that, I don't know. We need to do something special, I think, for him. And thanks to Crypto Pope for recommending this site here, because this seems to be a little bit more accurate than the other ones. Or, you know, quicker to update, I guess. The difficulty is at 8.42. Over here on 2 miners, it's looking like 1.2. Again, as time goes on, you're probably going to see this creep up to 1.8. It looks like 1.8 exactly. Dan the Dane. So the winner is, without a doubt, I mean, if you look here, there was no one even closer. No one even anywhere in the same ballpark. So Izhar Shima got 1.8 terahash, which is basically the answer. Like if remember on like Price is Right and those shows like that, if you came within what $100 or something like that of the actual cost of the whole package or whatever it was, you know, you got like an extra 25 grand or whatever it was. I don't remember, but yeah, this is the same thing. I mean, this was an amazing feat right here to pick that and get that incredibly close. Very cool. All right, so Izhar, throw your address into, now if you don't want to socialize your address, I get it, but we need some address. We need an address for you so that we can throw you the Raven, the 2000 Raven. Yeah, literally on the nose. Literally, yeah, that's amazing. Absolutely amazing. But maybe fire up a second wallet or something and give us an address to send it to if you want to remain somewhat anonymous. Okay, so it came across here as hidden. Okay, but I guess Nefarious must have let it in there. That's cool. Yeah, Red Panda, can you believe this? How can it be that low? I mean, it's actually kind of scary, because that means that there were so many specialized hardware on it that they were consuming 29 terahash or more, probably more, because I mean, people are just now getting their GPU rigs on there, right? I mean, obviously, you know, a lot of people are still in the process of moving them over, but I mean, wow. So like 30 terahash was all specialized hardware. That's insane. That's absolutely insane. All right, so let me send my 1000 Raven to Izhar. And I guess it's probably, I don't know. Do you think we should wait or go ahead and do it now? Because we really aren't supposed to be like transferring Raven around at the moment. I mean, it's probably going to be okay, but I think I'm going to wait at least a little while. I'll tell you what, I'm going to be streaming tonight, so I will send it on tonight's stream. I'll send my 1000, and then you, Dan the Dane, if you want to go ahead and send yours, go for it. But I'm going to wait a little while just so that things settle down and everything's okay, and we'll go from there. So, but you will get it. Don't worry, Izhar. We will get it to you. I just don't want anything crazy to happen, you know. I tell you what, since Dan is going ahead and sending his, I guess I can go ahead and do mine. All right, we'll see how good the Ravencoin network is. So we'll go ahead and do it. Yeah, that's like Izhar. That's like a legendary thing right there. That's like you're like the hash rate whisperer or something. It's very cool. The ASIC whisperer. So, is it okay to socialize that address, Izhar? I think you said it was okay. If not, let me know, and I won't post it up here or anything. Yeah, if you don't mind me showing your address, I'll post it. I'll send it to you right now. Just let me know. I know the chat's a little bit behind, so just let me know and I'll do it. Okay, all good. I'm not gonna put a label on it. 1,000. Yeah, Nefarious, you must have hit like show at the last second there, but yeah, I think I've got the right address and stuff. If he's worried about it, he can create another wallet, right? Right, Izhar? I think it all looks good, so we're going to go ahead and send. All right, 1,000 Raven is on its way to you. Now, honestly, people, I would not recommend sending right now, but we're kind of like, we're living on the edge here. I think we'll be fine, but. See what mining pool stats says about the hash rate. They're usually pretty accurate too. 1.29 over here, probably gonna, you know, come up pretty quick. And check this out, 2 miners solo. We talked about solo mining last night, so they're at the top. So a lot of people are solo mining right now. Izhar, let us know if you received the 2,000 Raven there or not. What's up, Red Panda? What you got going on your channel over there right now? Nothing. You must have ended your stream. Yeah, alright, I got you. So this has been a lot of fun. And big shout out to the devs, man. This was super smooth. I mean, no problems that we know of anyway. Obviously, there could have been things going on in the background, right? Tron Black had tweeted out or messaged somebody saying that he wasn't going to participate in any of the fork parties or anything like that because he's going to be in the background, sweating bullets and stuff. So good job to those guys. This is really cool that this was so smooth. Yeah, I dig it. Seems to be smooth. On the surface, it's smooth. Put it that way. A little bit of an increase in Raven already. Value. Probably not related, but we'll see. Nefarious, you are not getting Raven, like you're not receiving it from the pool. I doubt any pools are doing any payouts right now if you're mining and expecting to get a payout. I would imagine it's going to take some time. Thanks, Guillermo Silva, for the subscription. Much appreciated. Yeah, I don't know, Nefarious. We'd have to take a look at it, man. Oh, they're up above 2 terahash now, it looks like. At least according to MinerStat. Yeah, I don't know how often do they do payouts from Raven Miner. I do not know. Yeah, that's awesome, right, Steve? Being able to mine Raven on an AMD rig, great. Not super efficient, but at least you can do it and not be so crazy for doing it. Yeah, I think the next thing that we're kind of waiting on is to see Raven on what to mine show as active and not listed underneath. You know, that's kind of like the next thing. Oh, next payout. Here we go. 401. I guess that's my time. Yeah, thanks for that, Jay Bohannon. Thanks for that. So there's your answer, Nefarious. Yeah, I would imagine that even, let's say that you did have it set to something really low and they did do payouts often, I would venture to say that they weren't going to do it for quite some time. You know, they would have postponed it, at least for a little while, until things settle down on the network. Nemor, yes, hopefully so. Hopefully it will remain GPU mineable for the foreseeable future. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people think that this fork means no more ASICs, and that's not necessarily true. If it is in their financial interest, they will create an ASIC for KawPow, but based on what KawPow is as an algorithm and how it uses all the capabilities of a GPU, if you were to make an ASIC for KawPow, you would basically be building a GPU. It's kind of the easiest, simplest way to look at it. But you would see a little bit of a efficiency gain, probably 1.1 to 1.2x a comparable GPU, right? So it's not going to be that there won't be ever be any ASICs on the network. There might be. It's just that they won't be so much more efficient than a GPU. So that's the benefit of all this. Is that from here on out, hopefully here on out, we will be able to GPU mine Ravencoin again at somewhat of a profitability. Now, a lot of the profitability also comes from the value, right? And it's highly suppressed right now. It's down in the 2.2, I think, right? 2.3, somewhere around in there, cents. I'm sorry, not 2.3. Yeah, 2.3 cents, right? So it's down there, you know, quite a ways. A lot of this suppression of the price has been because of ASICs and FPGA miners dumping on the market. I showed a tweet earlier that there was $780,000 worth of Raven dumped on the market yesterday. So it is it's one of those things, you know. Hopefully the price suppression by dumping of large mining farms on the Ravencoin or on the exchanges and on the market for Raven, hopefully that goes away now, and we will be you know, a little bit more stable, as far as, not stable, but actually we don't want to be too stable on the price. I would like to see the value go up significantly. So we will see what happens with all this. There's no telling. It might not. I don't know. I'm not a financial analyst or anything like that, so I'm just taking a wild guess here. But I think that the removal of the constant suppression, daily suppression of the price of new Raven just being dumped on the market, because see, like, a GPU miner is a holder typically, right? I mean, obviously, if you have a large GPU mining farm, you might have to sell some, but even if you have to sell some, normally a Raven miner is a holder. And it hasn't been the case for, what, a year and a half now or something like that, where all these ASICs and FPGAs have been on the network and they just constantly dump because they have to pay for their expenses. So this was a huge event in the Ravencoin history for sure. Steve, it depends on what your hardware is, whether or not you can get those watts down. There's going to be, obviously, people are going to be doing a lot of testing, a lot more testing now that it's on mainnet. There has been quite a lot of testing done on testnet, so there should be some pretty good values as far as overclock settings and stuff goes. So it just depends on your hardware. I wonder how quickly Overcooked Panda's database is going to be updated over here for figuring out They don't have KawPow yet on here, but they do have ProgPow. So you can go to Overcook Panda's Overclock's database, put in your GPU, do a search, and you can kind of figure out, in this case, nobody mines ProgPow with RX 580s apparently. So if you change this to blank that out, you can kind of get an idea of what you should be putting in there. Yeah, all these are NVIDIA cards though. Here's a 570. So 570s are showing, and this is actually, that's actually my data, I think, right there. Because it pulls the data from HiveOS, I believe. So, yeah, 1167. Or maybe I grabbed it from here. I don't remember. But, yeah, so this is what I have as my, you can see it right over here. Now, if you have BIOS modded RX 580s or RX 570s and you're trying to mine KawPow, then you should put your memory clock down to like 1800. Normally you'd have it at what, 2175 or 2150 or something like that. You're going to want to put it down to 1800 if you have BIOS modded cards. If you don't have BIOS modded cards, then you can leave it at 2200 or 2150 or whatever. Oh wow. I just checked your message, Dan and Dane. Yeah, so Steve, you'll want to pull down that memory down into the 1800 range. And that should help with your power and all that too. The power draw, your wattage. Dan and Dane, check Discord there. I messaged you back. Yeah, so I opened up the garage door for this. So hopefully the fans are still going nuts, but at least it is somewhat, I mean, this is still pretty warm for my taste, but at least it's not overheating like it was initially. Miner stat says it's at 1.9, basically 2. See what mining pool stats.stream says. They're still at 1.2. This must lag quite a bit. Probably a pretty big range for the average that they pull for the network hash rate here. And it kind of makes sense because they have to pull averages from all the pools, right? So this is going to take some time to average out. But what I do like to see is that there's no unknown here, right? All the pools that are listed here, all the hash rate is accounted for, which is awesome. You know, that's the way you want it. And it's distributed really nice too. I like that. Let's see where, what was it? F2. What was the big one before? It was F2 pool. So here's F2 pool now. It's number 14. Let's see, there were some other ones. Ant pool, I think, was another big one. All the ones from China here. Yeah, all these were at the top. before the fork, right? That's really cool to see them. I guess you could say it's cool to see them suffering a little bit. Not really their fault though, not the pool's fault. Looks like 2 miners is catching up. Probably be another hour and a half or 2 hours before everything settles out, it looks like. Man, I was not expecting that. I was not expecting it to be so low. That is insane. Yeah, there's a lot of people that probably would not. Nefarious is talking about it now. There's probably a lot of people that would not have done what we did and just like mine right through it, you know, just full speed ahead kind of thing. There's going to be, in the next couple of days, you're probably going to see a pretty significant increase from the large mining farms that have GPUs. You know, they'll be putting it on there as well, especially once the profitability comes out on what to mine and they can actually see what's going to happen. Yeah, it's going to take a little bit of time before all of that happens, but maybe we can do another little giveaway, like another little competition like that for Crypto Fireball Friday or something, where because that'll be, you know, 2 full days after the fork, so we will be able to see kind of where the terahash, where the network hash rate lands, you know, in a couple of days. That might be kind of fun too, is to do this again in the same way, but have it be for that time frame, you know, 2 days from now. So that'll be kind of neat, I think. We'll set something like that up. Dan and Dane, I'm sure, will be involved in that. Dan's wanting to donate another 500 Raven, so thanks so much for that. We'll probably use that. We'll use it on Crypto Fireball Friday, this Friday. We'll do another giveaway similar to today. We'll do a guess, but you know what we'll have to do though, because it won't be so chaotic. There won't be such a huge variance, so that's probably not going to work, because it's going to be settled down at least a little bit. What we would have to do is we would have to do it like right now. We would say, okay, so what do you think is going to be the network hash rate, the Ravencoin network hash rate Friday night, this coming Friday at 9:30 or 9:40. What do you think the hash rate 9:40 Eastern time? So yeah, that's how we'll have to do it. Because otherwise, you know, you can't, there's nothing significant going to happen on Friday night that's going to change the hash rate drastically one way or the other, like a fork, like what we saw today. So that's not gonna be a great way of doing it. So maybe we'll figure something out. We'll figure out a giveaway for the 500 Raven. We'll figure it out. My head's peeling, I think, from my sunburn. Yeah, we'll figure something out. I'll talk to Dan and we'll get it worked out. Maybe we'll do some type of trivia or something. I don't know. We'll figure something out. But remember that after Crypto Fireball Friday, the very next day is the rig frame build, you know, the Veta frame build. So we're going to be seeing who can build one of these guys the fastest. There's quite a few YouTubers that are going to be involved in that. Should be pretty cool. Should be a lot of fun. Interesting, that kind of stuff. Yeah, so this has been awesome. This has been awesome. I'm going to give it another 7 minutes or so. At 3:45, I'm going to have to end this and dip out of here and get some other stuff done. Oh, no problem, Crypto Poke. Thanks for tuning in and thanks for that miner stat. I was asking Carter for a little bit better source because, you know, we quickly identified that this wasn't going to work because it's just too laggy as far as the averaging out and stuff. So yeah, really thanks for this. This helped a lot. Miner stat seems to be a little bit more, you know, closer averages to the network. Much appreciated, sir. I am not solo mining, so I have not hit a block. Yeah, but see, I wouldn't, Nefarious, I wouldn't be trading that in. I would definitely be holding some Raven, see, at this point. Don't cash in that $10 worth of Raven that you mined today. I would hold it. Unknown Crypto, I don't know. I like two miners. I like Raven Miner. There's a lot of them. I mean, if we go to miningpoolstats.stream, two miners is at the top, then you got Raven Miner. And actually, so these are clearly the most popular, right? Two miners and Raven Miner. Miner More is way up there too. So I would say these top four are probably really good. All right, so this concerns me a little bit, but it's probably just normal network stuff. It's showing now as 17.8 as unknown. And before, it was solid. You know, we knew where all the hash rate was. So we'll keep an eye on that and see what the end result is after a few hours. Holger, the first payout depends on your pool. And most of the pools are not doing payouts right now because of the network activity and the fork and all that. They want things to, you know, definitely settle down before they do a payout. But it looks like, if you're mining on Raven Miner, it looks like they're going to do a payout at 4:01 Eastern time. Steve, you can check for settings. As far as overclock settings, you can go to Overcooked Panda's database. This is hanging off of coin2mine.today. And if you click over here on the left, if you go to coin2mine.today, you can see it right here. If you go there and then click on overclocks on the left, then you can plug in information here and get some baseline overclock settings. So you can say, well, you said you had P106s. Okay, and then they don't have KawPow in here yet. At least they haven't. They didn't earlier. So you would choose ProgPow from here for the algorithm, and then search, and that'll get you some baseline settings for you just to be in the right area, right? So hopefully that helps. Yeah, I'm gonna have to end the stream in about 2 minutes. I'm done. This has been a long one. I used to do really long streams all the time, but I just can't do it anymore. Plus I'll be live streaming again tonight, so no telling what we'll talk about tonight because I haven't really done any like preparing. I'm sure we'll probably talk more Ravencoin stuff. Yeah, I definitely don't like that unknown hash rate there. It looks like we might settle out around 2 terahash as far as right this second. I would imagine that some of the larger farms, like we talked about earlier, if they do have GPU, like a large number of GPUs, they might be waiting until things settle down before they actually switch over. So, I don't know. There's no telling what's going to happen, but for now it looks like it's settled at around 2 terahash. Oh, Steve, 12.8 on an RX 580 is pretty solid. That's good. That's really good. What kind of power is it pulling though? Yeah, I agree, Zbert. I think that it is going to be at the top of conversations for quite some time here. Especially once What2Mine shows it as active and listed, right? Once this gets ironed out and they put it in here as just listed and the profitability is accurate and all that stuff, I can't imagine that it's not going to go to the top of What2Mine, and probably will stay there for some time. What's going on in the market? It seems like there's several things going up here. Okay, so BTC is above 9,200, ETH 205. Raven's cooking right along, that's good. Yeah, that's true. I always forget about NiceHash. That is true. Once they get on, there's no telling what will happen, to the hash rate after that. Yeah, I'm totally amazed at this hash rate too. It's insane. Literally insane. Was not expecting that at all. Let's let's take a walk down memory lane here and look at what everybody was guessing. So even Bitsby Trippin guessed, where's his at on here? Probably looking right at it. Oh, here it is. He guessed 6.25. Here, let me blow this up real quick. So the winner was Izhar at 1.8, which was basically exactly what the hash rate was, which is insane. And then we had a lot of people above 10. I didn't think it would. I was pretty confident it was not going to be above 10. Lots of folks above 10 here. Some people even in the 20 range. Then you got, you know, Broke Miner was 4.7, and whenever he posted that, I was like, man, I don't think it's gonna be that low. Red Panda hit 5. Bitsby Trippin 6.25. I think he pulled that number from the Bitcoin halving. Maybe that's, he was trying to do one of those correlation things, right? Because the big Bitcoin halving is going to be 6.25 Bitcoin per block after the halving. So Crypto Jason was 6.5. So there's a lot of 6 in the 6 range. There was a lot in the 8 range. There was a lot. But yeah, that's insane, man. 1.8. Wow, crazy. Steve, I'm mining KawPow right now on 2 RX 580 rigs on simple mining, and these are my settings because the cards are BIOS modded. So if they're BIOS modded, you have to pull that memory down a little bit to like 1800 from the normal. And my power stage is actually 3. Now I probably will have to play around with this a little bit because I don't like the power draw. The power draw is pretty high to me, but it could just be me comparing it to previous, right? Because these rigs normally are around 900, but that's whenever they're mining kryptonite coins, which are notoriously lower power draw and all that stuff. So, but I probably will have to play around with this a little bit to get some more efficiency out of them. Looks like I'm hitting 10.4 mega hash right now at the moment, which is not bad. That's decent. I'm just gonna let them eat for the time being until I see the hash rate and difficulty go up a lot, and then I'll probably pull these back off maybe and put them back on kryptonite. But here's my settings if you want to see what I'm doing. I'm using NB Miner. And mining to Raven Miner. I'm not really familiar with that. I'm not that familiar with NB Miner. I want to check out and see if I can hit their API here real quick. 22333. I might have done this before, I don't know. Hey, thanks, Emil, for the subscription. Much appreciated. Doesn't look like the APIs let me check it out. Yeah, I'll have to check out Nemesis and Crypto and Hot Rod's channel and check on my settings and compare them and see what we can come up with for the best settings. All right, I've gone way over what I thought I was going to. So I am going to skedaddle. I got to get out of here. I've been talking too much. So I'll see you guys tonight. I will see you at 9:30 Eastern time again. We'll probably be talking Ravencoin still. We'll see what's up with the current hash rate and all that stuff. Appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. I'll see you guys tonight. Stay savage, everybody.